My feelings have changed in that the emotion of sadness and grief has absolutely been a forefront.
My worries are deepening. My family in LA and in Washington State are, again, elderly, underlying, conditions. Um, Washington State's a crazy hot spot.
A little bit more anxious because I think a lot of news is breaking out on how many people are actually dying, and around the world, New York, here in LA, in Asia. Like I said, I have family back home in Japan, and the friends and family that I talked to were kind of hopeful up until maybe last week. And then last weekend, the prime minister called for state of emergency. So finally, they're having people stay home and they're closing businesses for the time being.
A lot of those businesses were relying on their customers and on sales. And now that they're not considered essential businesses, I think that this government funding and government programs are going to help them just at least stay on their feet and be able to put food on the table and provide for the time being, at least.
Every week that passes, more and more millions of people filing for unemployment, facing precarity, not being sure how they're going to pay for rent or how to use the little pool of cash that they have for their basic necessities. And I think what's disheartening is that we know that this is for the long haul.
It looks to me like we're headed, if definitely for a recession, but also most likely a depression. And so that makes me extremely worried and scared, especially having two children to take care of.
I think my spending habits have definitely changed. I took a look at my bank account the other day, and there's a lot more money in my checking account right now than there would normally be at this time in another month where we weren't in a pandemic. And I think that's a direct result of the fact that I'm not going anywhere and I'm not really doing anything that requires you to spend money.
I bought a coffee machine because I can't go to the coffee shop that's on my street anymore. And again, I drink two, three, four espressos a day. So I bought a coffee machine. Now I can get my coffee every day. So that's been helping out a lot.
My husband and I, we got some deliveries because we decided to support the local businesses because we see signs when we drive around of restaurants saying like we deliver and we have this and that. So I know like everyone's struggling right now. And we want to be safe, but at the same time we want to make sure like our community is going to be okay when it comes back to normal.
Every time I want to get something, I'm asking myself, is this absolutely necessary? And if it's not necessary, then I'm passing it over.
There's a lot of things that I would consume typically and spend a lot of money on, big percentage of my paycheck on. Right now, all of that has been cut off. I really am just spending money on groceries. I am just really limiting it to the absolute basic essentials and just saving any little bit I can, recognizing that there's just a lot of uncertainty headed our way.
Do I actually need it at the moment? So when it comes to groceries, do I actually need to go to the grocery store and get something? Do I actually need to go out to obtain a certain item, or are the things that I have at home currently enough?
Spending more time with nature, probably going camping as soon as possible, and then getting a haircut.
Dinner with friends, drinks with friends, seeing movies, concerts, that kind of stuff. I also think, um, you know, because for me, that kind of spending is a social activity, and I'm a very extroverted social person, so I enjoy doing those things. So that's something I enjoy spending my money on experiences.
Travel. I love to travel. I love to go see a new city. I love to also go home and see my friends and family. There's no place like LA, regardless of where you go in the world. So I just can't wait to get back to being able to travel. And then also see a couple new spaces. I mean, this makes you really appreciate being able to travel and see and experience culture and all that, just because right now you literally can't. So now I'm sure, like like a lot of people, once we're back cleared to move around like we want, I'm sure there'll be a lot of people doing a lot more traveling.
We could have like a new sense of what's important or what works and what's not needed.
So far, there's been a pretty big change, but I don't know how it'll be in the future.
I really say we gotta buckle up and we are in for a long and bumpy ride.